Grüß euch und Servus zum dritten Teil von Hook's Place, der Cat Lady. Jo, wir sind stehen geblieben, während wir von der Liz gerade erzählt bekommen, wer uns eigentlich gerettet hat. Also mit uns meine die Susan Ashworth natürlich. Gut, und weiter geht's.
I told you that before.
What? Who found me?
Your daughter, of course. She called an ambulance. If it wasn't for her, you'd sure be dead now, Susan.
My daughter?
Yes. Why? Why'd you look so pale all of a sudden? Susan?
I don't have a daughter. Whoever she is, she lied.
But why would she do that?
How should I know? I was in a coma, apparently.
So she lied. It doesn't change the fact that you owe her your life.
I was fine. I didn't ask for any help. Sorry. How long have I been here?
I was told you arrived at the hospital at 7 in the evening. You had a cardiac arrest in the ambulance. They had to resuscitate you. Your heart stopped beating for nearly a minute, but they managed to bring you back. You went to the intensive care unit, where they gave you a dose of antidote and pumped your stomach. As soon as your condition was stable, they brought you on this ward. It's called Dime Ward. I call it Die Ward, because all the patients who come here want to die. It's a suicide watch unit. That's why it's so strict. You have to be careful. Nurses here are trigger happy with the sedatives.
When will they let me go home?
I'm not sure. Probably not today. Maybe tomorrow. Look, I shouldn't say that, but you seem like a nice person. I feel like I should warn you. There's this doctor here. They call him Dr. X. He's a chief of psychiatry in this hospital. You won't be able to go home until he's talked to you, and he's really good at getting into your head. You know what I'm saying? He will ask you a lot of tricky questions. But he's a really great guy. You should trust him.
Dr. X.
Tell me more about this Dr. X.
His name is Xavier Zellman, but everyone just calls him Dr. X. He comes on the ward often, usually late in the afternoon or in the evening. I personally really like him, but you hear all sorts of stories in a place like this, you know. I don't know what to believe anymore. All I know is he's been very friendly and supportive. Some doctors won't even say hello to you, but Dr. X usually stops and asks how I am. He knows I have some problems. He can see I'm not happy here. He actually offered me some free weekly sessions. I think I might take him up on his offer.
What are they saying about him?
Oh yeah, they say he's a big flirt. Nurses, cleaners, patients. He doesn't care, as long as they're wearing a skirt. One girl I knew, Linda, I heard they had an affair. Stupid girl. Well, she left, and I never saw her again. Now why do you think that is? Dr. X got her knocked up. They covered it up and quietly got rid of her. Probably paid her some money. I don't know how these things work, but it must have been enough to shut her up. I bet he'll be more careful now. But I can't really say a bad word about him, personally. Well, one thing. Maybe. Don't laugh, okay? He's got a weird smell.
What do you mean?
He smells funny. I don't know. Maybe it's just bad aftershave. Or maybe it's something he eats.
Oh, thanks for the warning. I'll try not to get too close to him.
Now that I think about it, there's something else too. I'll tell you this, Susan. He starts talking to you, and you just open up and tell him everything. It's very odd. I don't exactly hide things from people, but he got some really private stuff out of me. Really private. You know what I mean? Things I wouldn't tell my mother about. And we haven't even started those sessions yet. So, be prepared for that.
Sure, but it's a bit too late for me to hide how I feel now anyway. I think I made it very clear when I swallowed those pills. Did you see this daughter of mine?
No, sorry, Susan. Apparently she came in the ambulance with you, but then she remembered something and had to go. I think someone mentioned she went in quite a hurry.
Of course she did. She was worried I'd ask her what she was doing in my flat.
Saving your life?
Do I really have to give her a benefit of the doubt just because of that?
One would assume so. That girl is a hero. Maybe real heroes always leave before their identity is revealed.
Or she was a burglar, attempting to steal from me.
That's a possibility too. Have you got anything very precious in your flat?
Maybe. Tell me something more about yourself.
Me? I'm a nobody. I'm just a hard-working girl. We all have to pay our bills somehow, right? I rent a room not far from here. There are 2 other girls living in the house. One is an auxiliary nurse, like me. She's always sick. The other one is a stripper. At least I think so. She's never home at night.
Maybe she works at night, like you.
Yeah, but I don't leave for work wearing red stockings and heels, do I?
No, you're right. You're a real nurse, not some man's fantasy of one.
I used to do all that for my boyfriend. You know, dress up as a sexy nurse and all. Well, I did it just once, really. He didn't like it that much. He didn't like me that much either. Broke up with me last Valentine's Day. Of all the days, he chose that one, eh? He never told me why, but I don't care anymore.
I'm tired. Let me sleep now.
Fine. I'll see you again. Be careful who you trust here, Susan. They will be watching you.
How do I know you're not one of them?
You don't. But do I really look like a bad person to you?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I'll see you tonight. Remember what I said. Dreams are just dreams. But when they turn into nightmares, it's good to have someone there to pinch your arm and wake you up, right?
We'll start with a little chat about your childhood. I want you to be as honest as possible. It's important if we want to get to the bottom of your problem. Count to 10 and tell me when you're ready, Susan.
Mal kurz speichern. Es ist das ganz klassische Adventure Game Studio Speichersystem. Gut, und jetzt sind wir ready to talk, würde ich sagen.
This isn't all about whether you're nuts or not, like we said before. It's about finding what has caused how you're feeling now and creating a working solution. In order to achieve that, I need to get to know you better. Can we talk about your childhood first? Your parents. When you're a child, your life revolves around them. What was your father like? Did you have a good relationship with him?
Ja, verschiedenste Auswahlmöglichkeiten gibt es hier, aber ich glaube, sie haben im weiteren Spiel einfach keine weitere Bedeutung. Ich glaube, es ist einfach nur, dass man die Susan für sich selbst ein bisschen mit einer Geschichte anreichern kann und so sie näher mit ihr verbunden fühlt. Meine Theorie.
I was brought up without a father.
I understand he wasn't there when you were growing up. Can you tell me why? What happened to him?
He left when I was little. One night he just packed his suitcase and left. I was about 8 at the time. He didn't say goodbye, didn't even look at me. I remember watching him walk away. It was winter, getting dark early. He just disappeared into the night, and I never saw him again.
let's talk about your mother now. What was she like? Would you care to tell me about her?
She never cared about me. All that mattered to her was the booze, and never me. What I remember clearly from my early years is the image of her sitting by the window. She'd stare at it for hours, smoking. I find it hard to blame her. She couldn't cope without my father. She just missed him too much. And now, years after that, it seems I've just followed the same path. Not with the alcohol, maybe, but everything else is just the same. It feels like nothing matters anymore. It feels like I've lost something and I will never get it back.
Okay, I'm beginning to get a better picture. That's enough about your parents for now. Let's take 2 minutes and we will talk about something else.
Okay.
I need to get out of this place. I hate hospitals. Besides, I really want to go home and forget all about this.
Gut, also jetzt können wir endlich wieder herumlaufen und was habe ich da in meinem Inventar? A band. A clip-on hospital wristband. Mit ihren persönlichen Daten oben. Schauen wir mal. Und look under pillow. There's nothing interesting under the pillow. Gut, clock. Aha. Ja, vorher hat man doch eine Uhr ticken gehört. Gloves rack. Latex Gloves. Ah. Jetzt wird es schon ein bisschen adventuriger. Jetzt kann ich schon Sachen einsammeln. Wir haben einen Glove. Und wir nehmen a lot of gloves. Ah, die Sink gibt's auch. Cold Water. Ah, lassen wir ein bisschen heißes Wasser laufen. Hahaha. Okay. Also da geht's in meine Drug Chart. Schauen wir mal. Okay, Halluzinationen, Paranoia. Okay. Chrysanthemums. Nie gehört. Da gibt es einen Raum. Side Room 2. Schauen wir, wer da drinnen ist. Anne Burton. Anne Burton. Okay. Okay, die Anne Burton ist ein Privatpatient, die freiwillig dort ist. Okay. Scheint irgendwie alles genau wie in meinem Zimmer zu sein. Die Glock. Ist stecken geblieben. Clothes rack und Sink. Gut. Ah, okay. Schau, was gibt's da alles? Discharge Letter, Folders, Patient Files. Schau mal.
Please do not touch these. They are all confidential documents.
I was only going to tidy up.
I'm sorry, are you one of the housekeepers? Why did you dress up as a patient?
I just can't stand mess, that's all. And there's no need to be sarcastic.
Who's being sarcastic?
Okay, das heißt, also Discharge Letter. Okay, da liegt schon die Entlassungspapiere für die N. Ja, war ja doch wunderschön, wenn wir das nehmen
Please do
können.
not touch these. They are all confidential documents.
Okay.
Yeah? Well, maybe you shouldn't leave them out on the desk for everyone to see.
If you are looking for something to read, we have some magazines for patients here.
Thanks, but I think I'll pass.
Gut, dann schauen wir uns mal diese Nurse an.
I feel much better now. Can you please discharge me?
I'm glad to hear that. But I can't discharge you until Dr. X sees you. He should be doing his round very soon. Please return to your bed and wait for him, alright?
Das war immer nix. Probieren wir es nochmal. So,
I'd like to go home now.
Well, so would I. But there are procedures and a system in place. I can't just let you go like that.
What?
Look, I'm very busy at the moment. I'll come and talk to you in a minute, alright?
ja, das klappt. Dann probieren wir nur den.
Can I make a phone call, please?
Oh, yes, of course. But the phone's being used at the moment. Can you please come back in 5 minutes? Thanks.
Ja, das ist natürlich auch nicht zu gebrauchen. Okay, das heißt, die nach der
Is
Liz.
Liz here?
And who's Liz?
That young nurse who was here last night. Black hair, very chatty. She said her name was Liz.
I'm sorry. A lot of people come through here. I can't remember everyone's name. Can you return to your bed now, please? It's nearly time for your medication. I can't be chasing around after every single patient.
Beg your pardon?
Look, I'm very busy at the moment. I'll come and talk to you in a minute, alright?
Naja, schauen wir mal, wo es da hingeht. Ui.
Excuse me. Where's the exit?
It's just down the corridor, ma'am.
Thanks. I'll be on my way then.
Can I see the discharge letter first?
A discharge letter? What for?
Some of our patients are under observation and aren't allowed out of the ward. For their own safety, of course.
It sounds like we're prisoners here.
It's for the patient's safety, ma'am. If you haven't been discharged by the doctors, I'm afraid I can't let you through. May I ask what your name is?
Gut. Mary Smith. Na, dann sage ich mir den Namen nicht. Ah, schimpfen darf man auch nicht.
I'll come back later.
Please do, ma'am. We'll be right here.
Gut, da komme ich auch nicht weiter, aber ich weiß schon, was ich machen muss. Diesen Discharge Letter irgendwie kriegen. Und das heißt, ich muss mal diese N. Okay. Okay. Und da ist sie ja schon.
Hi. Are you alright? Can we talk for a minute?
I can't talk. Please, just leave me alone.
Oh, I mean you no harm. I'm trapped here, just like you.
Trapped? I don't know. It's just so hard to think without it. But you're a stranger. And you're not one of those lovely nurses either. They look after me so well. I trust the nurses like I trusted my mother.
I just want to talk. I need your help.
Unless it's Mother who sent you. Was it her? Please tell me it was her.
Yeah, sure. I'm a good friend of your mother.
I miss her so much. I can't remember you very well. But you should know this. If you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name. The name that haunts me. A beautiful name.
Yeah, sure I do. Now, let me ask you.
What is it?
Oh, well...
What is my mother's name?
Jo, da wird schon ein Haufen verschiedene Auswahlmöglichkeiten. Ja, Einbürden ist sie. Habe ich beim ersten Durchspielen alle durchprobiert und ich weiß es natürlich nicht. Das heißt, ich bin jetzt einmal ehrlich.
I don't know.
No, of course you don't. Leave me alone. Please, just leave me alone.
Ja. Das heißt, ich muss jetzt irgendwie rausfinden, wie ihre Mutter heißt. Das ist ganz schön tricky. Aber sie hat ja schon gesagt, der Name ihrer Mutter verfolgt sie, mehr oder weniger. Schauen wir mal. Und sie ist offensichtlich sehr verwirrt. Und ja. Schauen wir mal, was in diesem Raum los ist. Ah, WC. Mal alles durchsuchen. Examen. Search. Medication Pots. So, jetzt habe ich so einen schönen Medication Pot. Please stop writing messages on the mirror. Okay, sie haben anscheinend ein großes Reinigungskräfte-Problem und die Patienten sind angehalten, die Räume nicht zu verschmutzen und nicht den Spiegel zu bemalen. Ringbell, okay, was kann ich da machen? Da konnte ich natürlich jetzt nach Hilfe telefonieren, anrufen. Ja, das heißt, dieser Hinweis mit dem Spiegel bemalen geht natürlich, aber wenn ich wollte, konnte ich den jetzt gar nicht aufmachen, weil Mirror kann man noch anschauen. Und sonst nichts damit machen. Aber es gibt einen Glassplitter, den nehmen wir gleich. Okay, jetzt habe ich einen Glassplitter. Und tragen wir mal ein bisschen das heiße Wasser auf. Das ist jetzt... Also da bin ich beim ersten Mal richtig gehangen bei dem Rätsel, weil... Also weil er dauert, bis dass das passiert. Ja, aber was bringt mir das jetzt? Das steht Eil am Spiegel, das heißt Eil, was soll das heißen? Schauen wir mal, was passiert, wenn wir die Bell ringen.
Someone is coming.
Have you rang the bell? Is there an emergency?
Okay.
I just wanted to remind you that I'm ready to go home.
Oh, is that so? Well, guess what? I haven't forgotten. It takes time. I could lose my job if I don't follow the correct procedures. Why do I bother? I think it's time we give you some medication. Can you please tell me your name and your date of birth?
I'll have your name, so I can make a big fat complaint.
There is no need for that attitude. First, you are being disruptive when I'm just trying to do my paperwork. And now you are threatening me. Oh, you should know we are only following the doctor's orders here. Now, forget that silliness and let me have a quick look at your wristband. Miss Ashworth, I strongly suggest you take this, all right? That's a good girl. Now, drink it down. You'll feel much better.
So, jetzt habe ich bereitwillig die Beruhigungstabletten geschluckt, was ein guter Moment ist, um Teil 3 von der Cat Lady zu beenden. Und gleich geht's weiter, oder besser gesagt, morgen oder wann nicht die nächste Folge online kommt. Bis dann, ciao!